Okay. Um, oh my God. We kind of worked through that pretty quickly. That little.
Yeah, that was pretty good.
Oh wait, I have to hit this. I'm gonna hit this.
Dave, it is episode 26.
What is the year?
It is May 4th because May the 4th be with you.
And Cinco de Mayo is tomorrow.
Yeah. Oh, hey, what is tomorrow?
The 5th.
It's a work day.
But you can drink tequila. Tequila is for everyone. Here's your hammer and your grinder.
Okay, so here we go.
It's May 4th, 2016.
Yeah, 2016.
We step out.
Slate? Did you slate it? You slated it?
I did slate.
Let's do this. Hey, welcome back. Hey, that was good. It was like a circus guy.
Well, we took a break.
We did.
You may not have noticed because we haven't even put out the previous episodes from the previous.
Yeah, they're all going to come out in bulk.
We've been really bogged down.
Mm-hmm.
But we did put out something sort of recently.
Yeah, we did.
Where are we?
It's so far published. We published 23. There's 24 and 25.
And who are we?
Yapping with Teri and Dave.
Oh, yes. We're very bad at this.
In Wailuku, Hawaii.
Yes.
And you may notice that the sound is so much better right now.
Well, yeah, we closed the windows
It depends
for
if
the
you
first
prefer
time.
not to have the street sound.
If you missed the street sounds,
I kind of miss the street sound.
let us know. Leave a comment. if you don't mind, I actually think I'm already liking the silence.
Yeah.
You can
It gave me something to think about when I was trying to ignore you.
There was the musical interlude portions but it was very distracting.
Sometimes the sirens were just loud enough.
Or too.
What'd you say?
Yeah, it was.
Forget it. Let's move on.
Sorry, I've got to go put out a fire.
Okay.
So anyway, this is thanks for tuning in.
Yep, you can find us yappingpodcast.com.
Or Teri Edmonds on YouTube.
Mm-hmm. And Yapping Podcast on iTunes.
Correct.
And they're all free to subscribe.
That's correct.
Yeah.
Other than we have to twist your arm.
Yeah. Promise to send you chips.
Apparently. This is us trying to make a podcast after still yet 26 episodes. Mm-hmm. We are still trying to get it.
Yep. It's going to be a journey still, I'm sure.
And then we post the videos to YouTube.
We're even going to experiment on a new location possibly.
Well, we might move into a different chamber.
Yeah. So it's kind of fun. It's like mixing it up a little bit.
And we were shooting for better audio.
Yeah, better audio.
But this is actually, I think, might just work out.
It's not so bad. The only thing is it might get hot. Because we don't have all that air.
Well, we only have 20 minutes in here, so...
I know, but things get heated.
Take a deep breath. So I'm not quite sure what the etiquette on camera or not when it comes to a guest.
What do you mean?
Who has
That's what you do is you tell. Still?
And I think we're good to go.
That's a good friend. That's why I keep you around. I don't know if we'll
cut that out or leave it in, but okay. So let's go into a topic.
Yeah.
What are we? Where are we? What do you want to do first?
Okay, I'm going to put you on the spot. Make an impromptu commercial, 10-second commercial about your business, David.
Oh, about my business.
Yeah.
I am hi. I don't know. This is a little awkward, but oh my God, this is terrible. It's the elevator pitch. I'm screwing it up and I'm pointing out how sucky I am at this. But all right, beginning right now, I am David Whitney. I'm an art consultant and design consultant. I help you bring your ideas to tangible, marketable materials that you can disseminate to your audience. So whatever media form you need done, I help you create or find the creators of that media.
Mm-hmm.
So I help you brand yourself and
Yep.
put it out there.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody has a vision, and sometimes they don't know how to articulate it.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm really good at helping you articulate.
It's
your
true.
vision.
My favorite stuff has all been from Dave. Like, Dave makes me like my store better. Like, oh, that's so cute. Yeah. Or, you know, no, cute's the word, but it, you know, for me, it's cute. And I think, oh, I like that. And he takes my concepts even farther, because that's not my medium. It's branding.
I just have. I
Just
like.
talk
I
about
like to be
myself.
able to. I like to be able. I know you totally took my commercial. Thanks. And Teri
That
and
is so funny.
TeriAndDave.com. You should have a huge link to me on your website. Thank you very much.
No problem.
Sheesh, no. So you can find me at davidwhitney.com.
It's so funny.
Oh, it's not even that. It's David Whitney Design. See, you blew my whole commercial.
Well,
Anyway, hopefully it's memorable.
homework.
No, but it's true. Yeah, anyway, thanks.
Yeah.
That was cool. I actually need to be able to articulate that. I'm much
Yeah.
better at it now than I was just a few years ago.
Mm-hmm.
So
Nice.
there you go.
That was excellent.
And commercial.
Yeah, end commercial. And that was more like 2 minutes and 10 seconds, just so you know.
Well,
I had a timer.
I kind of had to, like, I suddenly realized I was in the elevator with the question, and I wasn't prepared for it.
Yeah.
And it was a good challenge.
Oh, funny.
And you stole half of my commercial time.
Hey, you know who you're sitting with. Okay, so.
I'm not so sure.
Okay, so let's move into tech talk.
Did you just snort a little?
No, I swear, I don't think I did.
I'm sorry. I'm like, no, I don't think you did that. That's terrible.
Come on. There we go.
God, I hope he hit somebody.
This isn't crazy talk. It's tech talk.
I should keep my glasses on.
Okay, I'll put mine on too. So I. Oh yeah.
Oh,
Especially
right,
when I do
right,
tech talk,
wait.
so I look smarter.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right, tech talk. What is tech talk about?
So I don't know, because I can't use these to read.
Oh.
Okay.
Right.
So keeping up. Holy cow.
Keeping up. Oh, with podcasting.
Oh,
so this is a
man.
podcast about two people trying to podcast. And this is how far we've come. And in fact, we have restarted after 25, our silver anniversary podcast. We haven't even uploaded yet, and we've already started shooting again because we're junkies for our narcissistic recordings.
Totally. That should be the title. When we looked for the mission statement.
You could put that in
Why did we struggle?
retardeds.
Oh my goodness.
So it's really hard to keep up with.
And we both have very busy lives.
We try to do them weekly, in fact,
and
that's a lot.
And to do them properly, you really want to have them have a good description
and do work on them in post.
Yes.
You know that you don't just put up. You know, but maybe we should get into just putting up.
You know, I like linking them to my Amazon shopping cart. Every single video should be linked to an Amazon.
I like putting our little added header, stingers in for these sections.
Yeah. So there we have that. So that was kind of our tech talk.
No.
Right?
Wait, was it? Is that all there is to it? You were just, what are you telling people? I'm not sure you made a point. You just like spit it out there and like said, screw you. This is hard. This is hard.
It is.
It is hard. And so I actually wanted to talk about some other element of that. Did you write that down, madam?
Oh, should we put the podcast out first?
Right. If we put the audio portion out, we could, spit those out on time in a timely manner. It's putting the videos out. And then people could go and actually take in the videos later when they're not driving.
Right.
And see all the extras that we, and see us in our glasses as we speak. Like if you really want to see us in our glasses.
There's them two smart people.
Or if you thought that you heard some sort of stink eye through the microphone,
right,
and you
that was probably
and
right
you
on.
actually want to see it in real life, what stink eye looked like in real life, you could zip over to the YouTube channel, Teri's, and then see us on video. So anyway, that would be the other part of it if we were going to make it on microphone.
Yeah, so I think we should go for it. Why not?
Get them out there.
Yeah, let it be out there.
So thinking about this process more as the audio process.
And I think I need to really dedicate a day, a week, because they're important. I have other videos coming up. I have videos in the backlog, and they all need to get out. They need to stay current.
And we talked about the time to also the time that you have to, the amount of time one takes to put them out versus the amount of reward time of viewing, or watching or listening, it's, rationing out the time to cultivate a higher value product is challenging.
Well, and it's funny because my 2 biggest videos, or 4 top videos, are all shoe repair. I mean, thousands and thousands of viewers for that video.
But if only we could find a shoe repair conglomerate that would want to sponsor that program. That's the kind of, so that you have time and are paid for the time, or can hire somebody to create the value added aspect, whether that's a lighting guy or a camera guy or an editor or
interesting,
hiring somebody or a makeup artist,
making time to
I'm not saying.
Oh, I got it. All right.
Don't read everything
video or audio. I got that.
Could somebody fix that voice?
Fix that voice. Yeah, that'd be funny. Put in the mumble.
Could somebody just change the pitch a little bit? I mean, how much would it cost?
Tell her to back away.
Get somebody right?
That's funny. Okay.
Okay, let's do something else.
Okay, so let's do something else. So moving into pop culture.
Pop culture.
Yeah. Specifically, homework this week for myself was Andy Warhol, studying him.
We've been talking about Andy Warhol
as a cultural icon. And he actually was the forefront artist of pop culture as it is defined. And so studying him was very interesting, but I learned a lot of fun things about him.
How did you went online?
Did you YouTube?
Wikipedia?
Love YouTube.
Did you Wikipedia?
I did not.
That would be a good thing to
I actually had very limited
you did
research.
Okay.
I watched.
So study.
Yeah, it was more like while the laundry's going, I watched a show.
No, I think that everybody should at least do that. To give Andy his reciprocal 15 minutes
and I
of fame.
paid attention, so I made some notes and I learned some interesting things.
Okay, yes, do.
Okay. So I'm going to take off my glasses. So he was born in 1928.
Astonishing if you think about it.
Yes, and his name finally was Andy Warhol, but his real given name was Andrew Warhola. That's his real name. And when he died in February of 1987, he had a $600 million estate. Not bad. And
I think he may have died on my birthday.
February 22nd?
Oh, no, it was the 27th. I lived in New York when that happened, actually.
Oh, wow. His family is from around the Czechoslovakia, which is no longer there anymore, but around that area. I'm from there. My family.
It's there. It's just not called that.
That's correct. That's correct. And what I thought was interesting is I didn't know much about him. I had just been given some gifts. These really cute little magnets.
Push them on in there.
Like that.
Right. They're
really cute. This one's my favorite.
How does Andy Warhol lives?
And then somebody also bought me
the graffiti
this
in New
book,
York,
which is very typical of some of his other books that he's done.
Shoes.
Kind of dust coffee top. So anyway, I also didn't know that he was very first famous for doing illustrations for shoe stores.
That's where he first kind of got his breaks.
Yep. And he ended up also being fantastic at window displays.
Mm-hmm. Right.
He loved window displays.
Yep. I always wanted to do that.
Yep. Mine needs it so bad. My window display.
When you're doing your own.
Macy's, and you're working and
Macy's
doing
hires
other things.
these kids out of art school who are trained just to frame clothes and shoes and handbags.
Yeah, I should have a volunteer come over from the college and do it.
You should totally get somebody and say, hey, my window's up every month. You can bring in a new college student and let them sign the window.
That's a great idea.
You should write a note about that.
I'm going to write a note.
Even though it's on
I know.
That's a really good idea.
Yeah.
That's $100, don't you think? Can I invoice you for that?
Yeah.
Should we go into biz?
Oh, sure. You have lots of invoices for me. So anyway,
I think that's a really great idea. Let some artists take your window.
And the other thing that I related to with Andy Warhol was that he really took this shift to making film. And it kind of felt like my life in a way. This artist doing, moved from paint, and he really embraced fashion, and he really did push himself and make himself famous in his own quirky ways. And by the type of, I know he was smart that way. And so the point of that is that he changes into film, and that was way before YouTube, but I feel the same way as he did at the time, that film was becoming so the wave of the future, and I feel the same way about YouTube. It is a way of the future, and I'm taking this adventure in making videos with the hopes that it pays off later.
I think, if I may, that beyond, it was about that, it was another medium that allowed him to express himself in a more dimensional way. It was the wave of his future. It already was in its prime, and I think that he found a way of seeing things, showing us things.
Like for me, I think this is creative. I love everything about it, and I could see why he liked that. Experimenting with, just his stuff was a little bit slow, but anyway, it's all art.
And he was approaching it in a way that others weren't. I think that he was trying to find his own, he had his own voice in what film could do. What film was allowed to show or see.
He pushed the limits and made people feel uncomfortable in what they watched, or gave voice to the viewer.
In some ways, he was often recording reality TV before it was real, and it was reality TV. Like here's the Empire State Building as is.
8 hours.
Here's some guy in his room, some junkie. I'm gonna let you watch.
Sleep.
Do stuff.
Or do stuff. Yeah.
I'm just gonna frame it like this.
Yep.
And let you see real time.
He would put them in front of a camera, leave the building, and that person would just have to sit there in front of the camera as their portrait. It was their three-dimensional portrait. Or
it was up to them what became of what that thing. Yeah, great.
Salvador Dali, Jane Fonda. And it was just
who he put in those. I have not seen those.
They said everybody who walked into the building was treated special, and they were, courted to and everything, and then they would create art. It was all about that, and I thought, well, that's really neat too, that he just went in and created this world of film, and this whole life. He had this amazing, interesting.
Totally interesting life.
I didn't figure out would you know when he died?
Well, he was shot by a stalker, a gal who sort of made it in, was on the fringe of the factory for a while. And if I recall, I'm not good. I have a,
Is that what killed him?
I have a pretty shitty memory. Well, he was fragile as a human being in general, and then this gunshot wound did a lot of, took a lot out of him in more ways than one, and then I think it did lead to his deterioration.
People do silly things when their emotions are high.
Silly? That was horrible.
I know.
Right? So that was beyond silly. Just some crazed kind of stalker girl who thought she owned him, probably.
Wow.
Thanks, Teri.
So I found it very interesting, and I really do like studying a topic I'm not familiar with. It's fun to learn little pieces. So we also, while in pop culture, we talked that Since our last recording, Prince passed away.
Yeah, I know. So when
Yeah.
we had brought him up in our admiration. So
yeah, and just a couple weeks before he passed. So I'm going to put a link to our video and our discussion about it. I thought it was very interesting.
The two things come out of that for me with
What's
him,
that?
and that is number one, he was really short, as am I, but not as short as him. And that I also was in Minneapolis when he was becoming a superstar. Like I actually went to the club that he performed in. I never went into the club when he was there. It was always somebody else.
Oh no.
And I went to school there, so we were going there as often as we could afford. But there was a club adjacent to that, the club he was, becoming famous in, a punk rock club, and I would go into that club. So it was always sort of almost like an anti-Prince thing,
funny.
But later in life, and I gained a great appreciation of him. But also just how productive the dude was, like crazy.
How many people he
and how and yet he created his own life without having to like generate and some. But yeah, it sucks that for whatever reasons he probably OD'd.
No.
It's probably true.
You think?
Yeah.
I thought he knew he was getting sick. I don't know the details.
I mean, who knows what the rumors are, but I just get the feeling it's going to be that. And so, anyway, it just all, just looks like that.
Yeah.
That artistry. But I'm inspired to try and, make my productive time productive. Like that really. And we're not too far off that age.
Well, that's how I feel too. It's like you have one life. This is it.
And you don't know when that clock is over.
Never,
you have no idea when that clock dies on the wall and will never tell the correct time again, Teri Edmonds. No, but those are the two things, really. I didn't mean to like dog on the, or whatever, the, drug OD or whatever. But what I really took was that guy was productive and every minute was creative. And I've sometimes lacked that, and nowadays, and also that the fact that I'm close to his age, and I feel like that moment could arrive today or 20 years from now, and if I don't have what I want under my belt right now needs to happen. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, there's no time.
Your end day, yours specifically. Do you by any chance get a sense that it's from a person in a dress? And it might be sooner than later?
Well, I don't know if that's
a dress that's white with flowers on it?
What, as I'm pushing myself out your window? I mean, the window? Going, screw you, Teri Edmonds. No, okay.
Okay.
I don't know.
Happy place. Well, that was a perfect segue to Happy Place.
For the Happy Place, Teri Edmonds. Yeah, there's a segue for Happy Place. Let's see.
Yes. Good job.
It's like after you poop and that empty, cleansed feeling that you have. Yeah. That's what it's like. When I poop, this happens.
Really? That's something I want to talk about. Did you hear that?
It's a clunking
noise. I
think
it was you moving the table. I think it was all your fault.
I'm not so sure.
Okay, so can we move?
Just take me to the fucking Happy Place already. God. Oh, I just de-Disneyed us.
Hey, we're never gonna.
We were doing really, really well. We were.
Phantom dream. Okay, so we were actually talking about a lack of Happy Place, which is where you definitely took me to after the beautiful sound and your poop story.
Well, poop is a happy thing. Ask Dr. Oz. This is a commercial for Dr. Oz. You wanted a commercial? Here's a commercial. Dr. Oz. The end.
Yeah.
That's the shortest Dr. Oz commercial.
I have to buy that, whatever that is.
I want it. Don't you want that? Didn't I make you want the Dr. Oz?
Oh my gosh.
Thing? Okay.
You were talking about you having a lack of a happy
I know.
place
I went through a funk.
recently.
Kennedy's been gone. I should have probably said my husband when we were saying his name, but for 3 weeks basically, and changes the whole energy of the house. And he is so like go that I kind of motivated by that.
Ah.
And so when he goes,
You're a true slacker.
I have this sanctuary that I've created, and all I can think of is
Slackerville.
Zenville. Zen. I call it Zen. Those of you who have some blue collar hang-ups call the Zen thing slacker.
No, I love my Zen rooms, so keep going.
But it's less than Zen. It's like, you know, it's like
yeah, you have 4 cats.
It's not a proactive 5. It's not a proactive Zen. So anyway, but I did do. I received a mint infused with medicinal marijuana. That's marijuana. I don't even know how to spell it. I've been doing that since I was 11. I've been indulging since I was 11, literally.
You never knew how to spell it?
I still don't.
I never knew any of that about you.
There's a J and the A and
so
a U.
So the truth comes out.
And an N and a.
Wow.
I don't know how to
spell. I had
spell.
no idea.
I don't know how to spell Teri Edmonds. Anything.
Now that I knew.
So, anyway, and it actually sort of sifted the dust off, as Timothy Leary. It sort of shook the dust off. And I spent the evening being really creative and
good for you.
Making progress that I have since made progress on these other projects. They have all sort of been rejuvenated because I was lifted just enough out of my funk.
Yeah.
So I can't say that it was exactly happy place, but it was a long time, you know.
It was nice to get a breath of creativity and enthusiasm.
Because I've been in the real thick of trying to be productive and having obligations and stuff.
Yeah.
Do you have a happy place?
Well, for me, I don't want to sit in front of the computer, so I have to really get the videos. They're getting more organized, and I just want to do more. And so what I do for my happy place is I go to yoga. And I'm finding that between that, enjoying my job, and eating so much better. I've been doing green drinks and not hardly any meat at all.
Yoga is kind of your sanctuary.
It's so heavenly. I'm starting to reach
that
new
hour
areas
and a half really
in my body.
Allows you to let go of the rest of the world, right?
It totally.
There's a lot of value in it.
And then I keep finding poses that I can't do. Like I think, oh yeah, I got this, you know. And then she had us try this position where you're in a lunge and you take this arm and reach back and grab your heel, and I could barely do it. I was like, what's up with that?
You're grabbing your heel?
Yeah. It's like my,
You're lunging on the floor. You're not up on your feet.
That's right. Lunging on the floor.
So you're in
the down knee on the floor, and then you're turning around grabbing your,
right.
Holy moly. So it just shows me that there's so many areas of improvement.
And you can't think of anything else when you're trying to accomplish this.
But it's exciting, and feeling yourself getting stronger and crackling, things move around, and you just,
That's
I don't know,
gross,
I embrace
Teri.
it.
You think poop is gross? Things moving around? Things moving around? We're going to go.
But it's wonderful.
Well, we seem to be doing 30-minute episodes.
Right, yeah, it does look like it.
That way, by the way. So, do yoga and do mint-infused pot candies.
A lot of people use medicinal marijuana.
It made a big difference. It was so slight. I've done a lot of, mind-altering stuff. And it was so mild, but just right.
Yeah.
Like it was like having a beer after work.
Right. You relaxed, you got a little energy, you're like, okay, I can do this now.
Yep. I did another one like 2 days later, and it didn't really have the same effect. And I went, that's fine.
Yeah.
I'm reproductive. I shook off the little bit of heavy
Yeah.
It does, it's chronological.
Well, interestingly enough, that kind of is about that, the what the biz, because we were talking about. Just try what's the biz, because
I'm replacing with the biz has its own
What is
sort
it?
of sound, but I'm gonna drop this in there.
Okay, I have to say on the overlays, I missed the love one. That was really pink with the red.
That is for the love letters, and then relationships is gonna be relationships.
Okay.
So if you want to love letters, then we need to do a love letter.
Okay, I'll
But we have to do them to have them.
Right, got it. Okay. But we were talking just now about
biz.
biz and making time for these projects that we have.
They're rewarding, and it actually creates a happy place.
Yeah, that's it exactly.
Like actually having a project, fulfilling that project, getting it done,
making time for it, just do it.
Even if you don't meet your deadline on a personal project, getting it done though, this is a huge reward.
Yes.
And I know that. That's a big thing that pulls me through my projects, is that I have learned over all these years of struggling to make it happen, because I don't have a team, I don't have tons of money, but I'm always I'm taking on some projects, somebody's are mine, and I'm always trying to finish that damn project. And when I get to the end of them, I'm so rewarded by doing it, getting it done.
Exactly.
Posting these, knowing that you've gotten yours posted, and that the podcast is live, and like seeing that number appear, the next episode appears. And YouTunes. I always mix this like that, like an old timer. And the YouTube's channel, function machine, thingamajig, groove a diggy, thingamabob.
Yeah.
So in iTunes, when I actually go and look in iTunes every time just to see, because it's so rewarding to know that we completed.
Yeah.
The process of putting these out.
Mm-hmm.
So it's
And I want to make them. I want to make them the best that they can be for their purpose.
I think that we've done pretty well this episode, considering you were trying to kill me earlier with something. I don't know.
But in the biz, we were also mentioning there were comments on the Yapping. On
you want to know the comments? Well, you'll have to stay tuned for the next episode.
Did they say she's cute even though I can't see her?
I think I should end on this. Don't you?
Okay, yeah, let's do.
You don't want to, right?
Yeah, that's good.
Okay, well, if you actually want to review the comments, well, should I tell you what they are? Oh, no, actually.
No, don't. Not unless they're good.
Well,
unless they're good.
We actually have 2 comments that Teri doesn't know about.
Okay, I'll check them.
I must look terrible.
Well,
Hi, could somebody Photoshop